Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson again, and we're going to continue our studies. This time we are comparing and ordering rational numbers, lesson 1.2. So here's our vocabulary that you need to know. Some comparison symbols, the greater than symbol, the less than symbol, and of course the equal to symbol. So for the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, it's like here an alligator is going to be eating the big number, and the small side is on the other way. Here's a Pac-Man symbol where 28 is less than the 72. So Pac-Man is eating 72 because 72 is bigger. So the 28 is less than 72. So these are some symbols we're going to operate with our work. So let's go. So first thing we're going to do is order and compare the integers and identify the opposites and absolute values. So I'll break this video up into two parts. So let's deal with example one, using the symbols less than, greater than, and equal to compare the given integers and write a sentence, of course. So here we have 2 and we have 7. So here's a little trick I like to use when it comes down to comparing. So I'm going to draw my favorite symbol when it comes down to dealing with numbers when I have to compare, and that's the dollar sign. So $2 and $7. Well, what do you know about $2 and $7? I know $2 is less than $7, or $7 is more than $2. So $2 is less than 7. So use the dollar sign to compare. Let's try one more time. So I'll skip this one and leave that one for you. I'll go to this one. I'll put a dollar sign here in front of the -5 and the dollar sign in front of the -4. When we're talking negative money, we're talking about losing money. So if you remember in class, I said -$5, and that's like you lost $5. And here you're comparing that to owing or losing $4. Which would you rather lose, or which would you rather owe? Would you rather owe $4 or $5? Well, I would rather owe $4 than $5, because I know owing $4 is better than owing $5. So -5 is less than -4. All right, so there's a couple of questions for you with less than, and here's another good one that you can do on your own. Bring it in and let me know what your answer is. All right. Here's some sentences in the handout that you would get on a horizontal number line. Values increase as we move to if you remember, as we go to the right, those values increase. On a vertical number line, values increase as we move up the number line. So check out that other video on the number line to take a look at that. We can compare numbers by using these symbols. So we're going to use these symbols today: the less than, the greater than, or the equal to. And hopefully you know what this means. I'll say LT for less than. And looks like, what does it look like for blank? So we'll fill those in class. Here's another one. This one is the GT, greater than. And how do you know that? Look at the opening. The opening is much wider on the left side. So keep that in mind. If the opening is big, it's greater than. If the opening is small, it's less than. And of course, you know, number 6 is the equal to. I'm not going to bother with that. All these symbols start with the word comparison. So they're comparison symbols. So make sure you know what they are. All right. So let's move on and see what else we got. I hope you understand what's going on so far. If you're not sure, rewatch the video and back it up and write down your questions and bring them in. All right, here's some more examples. We're going to use the symbols less than, greater than, or equal to compare the given pairs of integers. So let's do a couple of them, see if you remember our trick. So -8, and I'll put a $sign there, and 8. They look alike, but remember, -$8 and having $8 are two different things. If you owe somebody $8 or you lost $8, that's bad. I would put that $8 that I have is much better or greater than that. So I'll put the less than symbol for that. So let's try another one. Here's a good one down here. I'll put again my favorite symbol, $sign, and I recommend it highly. So if you owe $7 and you owe $5, which one is better? Owing $5 is much better than owing $7. All right, let's look at the last one here. Having $1, as far as owing $1, which is better, it's much better to have $1. So hopefully you'll be able to figure out the last remaining three. All right, let's try a different type of example. Order the integers from least, that's smallest, to the greatest. So here we have some numbers, and I'm going to teach you a trick. If we want the greatest, I would look at the numbers and use my same trick, and we're talking money. And if I would say, what's the biggest amount of money out of all these numbers that we have? And if you said $5, you are correct. So that's going to be at the end. So $5 is gone. What's the next biggest? So I'll cross out that 5. What's the next biggest? That'll be the $4. And I'll cross out the $4. And now, what's the next biggest amount of money? I see a -3 and a -2 and 0. Well, 0 is the next biggest. So I'd rather have no money than owe $3 or $2. All right, what's the next biggest? All right, owing $3 or owing $2? Well, owing $2 is better than owing $3. So let's cross that out. So the smallest would be owing $3, or the worst off would be owing $3. So there is our order that we just did. So remember, from least to greatest. So here's another one on the right side. So give that a shot. And remember our trick, put a $sign in front of each one of those, and then pick the biggest one and make that the last one. And now let's look at example number 4, because you think it's the same, but no, it's different. Order the integers from greatest to least. Now they want the biggest number first. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a $sign in front of each one and look for the biggest number, because they want that first. So the biggest amount of money is $7. So that's the biggest. What's the next biggest amount of money? All right, I looked through it. That's looks like a -9, but that's $2. So I'm going to put 2. That's the second amount. That's biggest. Now I got all these negative numbers. So I'm looking for the next biggest, and that would be -3. Because owing $3 is better than owing $9 or owing $5, and we want the greatest one. So the next biggest would be -5. Because owing $5 is bad, but owing $9 is even worse. So there is your order. So we order them from the biggest to the smallest, or the worst. All right, so we're ordering integers from greatest to least. All right. So check your understanding. If you're unsure of what's going on, rewatch the video, write down your questions, and bring them in. All right, here's our example number 5. Identify the opposite of the given integer. So here we have an integer, and it looks like a 5 here. So we want the opposite. If the opposite of positive is negative. So I'm going to put the opposite of that, which is -5. So here's one for you. Opposite of -9. The opposite again of negatives is positive. So I would put +9. So here's another one for you. So that says -4. So write down the opposite of -4. And I think you'll get it. And the opposite of 3, I'm sure you'll be able to do that as well. So I'll leave those two for you. And I notice we have a question here. What do you notice about the opposites with respect to the integer 0? Well, let's take a look at the 5. So here we had 5, and the opposite was -5. And I'll draw a dot right there. So 0 is right here. If I notice something, I can count how many spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. It's away from 0. So 5 is 5 spaces away from 0. Let me count them, how many on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, -5. So I notice they are both the same distance away from 0. So that's interesting. And we're going to pick up in our next video and get into that a little bit more. So they both have the same distance from 0. So opposites have the same distance from 0. So here's for you to graph, because I graphed those points on there on number 5. So let's see if you can graph these points on there. So all it is drawing a dot. So here, -0.2. Well, I see -2 right here, and I'm sorry, -0.2. So -0.2. Well, here's 0, and it's just a little bit past. So I'm going to just put it a little bit past there. So there's -0.2. Now the next one is 4 7/10. Well, here's 4, and I'm going to go a little bit past it, 7/10, which is close to 5. The next one is -1. Well, I'm going to put that right on there. There's -1. And then I got 6.1. So let me go to 6. And 0.1 is just a little bit past there. And I got -4. So let's drag that to -4 and put that dot there. So that's what we're doing, graphing these points by putting a point on each one. That's what our points look like after we graph this set of numbers, integer, rational numbers. So let's move on. So check your understanding about graphing. I hope you understand what's going on. If you're not sure, rewatch the video and bring in your questions. Next time we meet, I plan on picking up and talking about absolute value, valor absoluto. So I hope you enjoyed our video and got something out of it. If you would subscribe, I would appreciate it. My channel name is Dan Robinson, PKMS. Sign up for a subscription, so subscribe. Write me a video, a comment, and let me know how am I doing and what else I can do to improve to help you even more. So thank you for helping me get over to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate your help, and we're going to keep going up, and let's keep going till we get our next 1,000 subscribers. So this is Dr. Robinson signing off. Bye-bye.